the sign up form. I think it's bad. We have less purchases. It's because they don't put the code on the success step. So in this video, we're going to walk through dynamic coupon codes, why they're important, where you can use them, how to create them, how to then set the settings up in Shopify, how to implement them in an email, whether that's a campaign or flow, how to put them in an SMS, and then how to design them a little bit, because sometimes you want to, make it stand out and not just have it be normal text. And also how to put it in the last step of the sign up form, because that is also really important, for less friction when someone comes to your site to make a purchase. So first of all, let's just make a code, right? Here we go. So when you're in Klaviyo, you just go over here to content and then go down to coupons and then just click create Shopify coupon. And then we're just going to call this test. So test 10, whatever. And then the prefix, like I like to do a prefix as well. Like you can put the discount code in there if you want, like the amount, like 10 or 15, whatever it is. But you don't have to do that. But for this case, we'll just do it as well. And I like to keep this really simple, like just block caps and then the numbers. Some people put like, dashes and things like that. But you got to think like when you're creating your name, sometimes if you have to put it manually, like you used to have to, it's just easier that way. If it's really long and it just gets a bit complicated. So keep it simple. A good idea would be to have it named what the idea is, why you're using this coupon. So imagine it's a cart abandoned coupon, just put cart. If it's a checkout abandoned one, I just put check. If it's a browse one, you can just put browse or ready, something like that. So, obviously they would be the same then in that case, but make it seem like the name is for what the coupon is. So if it's like a summer sale, you just put summer. If it's a Christmas sale, you can put Xmas or Christmas, whatever it is. It just, linking the idea of what the coupon is for to why you're using it and the name, it just helps with conversions. If it's just some random code all the time, then people, it doesn't inspire confidence to make a purchase as much. I mean, just a little thing there, but all right. So let's just stick with summer 10 in the end. So obviously you can do fixed amount, percentage, free shipping. In this case, we're going to do just a percentage, 10% off, entire order. Now, if you are going to do specific products or specific collections only, then, you just go in here, browse catalog and select the products there that you want. If it's collections, obviously you can just click on that and then browse through the collections. But, in this case, we'll just do entire order. Again, minimum purchase. If you're only going to do it when for people who spend over 50 or spend over 100, then obviously you put that there. But again, in this case, we'll just untick that. So at send time or on a specific date. So if you do have a launch coming up or if you've got a promotion coming up and, you want to send the email or the SMS before the date of the coupon, like before like whatever the event is, if it's a product launch or Christmas or whatever, you can set it on a specific date. Super easy. Just put a date in there and that's fine. Then it will become ready on that date, but you could still give people the code beforehand so they get ready to use it. And then expiration, again, it's just up to you, whatever it may be. So after 1 year, after a certain number of days or hours, on a specific date. So in this case, I'd probably always use specific date. Well, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but generally I like to keep coupons active for as long as the event is going on. So if it's a flash sale, it's only a day or two. If it's a Christmas one, maybe it's only for the whole of December. So then you just select your specific date. So imagine this one is expiring at the end of the month. So we'll just put that. And there you go. That's the code created in Shopify, in Klaviyo. So I'll just click create. Okay, so here it is. So summer 10. So right now you can see that it says 0 of 0. So it hasn't created any coupons. If you put this into a flow and then you click on the flow, activate live, the flow starts sending, then Klaviyo will automatically generate, I think like 500 at a time. However, if you're going to use this in a campaign, then you need to add the codes now. So imagine you've got 20,000 people in a segment that you're sending a campaign to. Well, you've got to create 20,000 codes beforehand. Okay, so it's got to be at least the number of people who are in the segment or the list that you're sending the code to. Of course, that'd be amazing if 20,000 people used it, but you just don't know. And obviously everybody's got to receive their code, every single person who receives the email. So you got to whack it in there. So that's only for campaigns. If it's just for a flow, don't worry, you don't have to add it now. You just put it into the flow later on and Klaviyo automatically does it. But just for the video's sake, let's just do add codes now. Let's just say 500. So add the codes. And then you want to just go over to your Shopify. And then when you see the code installed into Shopify, then there it is, that summer 10 code. And then you can do your own tweaks in here. So, even though you've done some settings in Klaviyo, you can then adjust the settings here as well. So, is it specific customers, whatever. I probably wouldn't do this because it's whoever's you're receiving the email, that's fine. Minimum purchase, again, you probably should have done that in Klaviyo. And then limit number of times each code can be used in total. So that one, I don't know why it's ticked like that, but really it's because each code is unique, so they can only use it once. So you probably want to keep that ticked. But if it was a static code and you had it set on 1, then the code could be used only one time. So just leave that ticked because it is unique codes. So limit to one per customer. Again, it's just a choice there, but again, because they're unique, you should just keep those ticked like that. And then after that, do you want to combine it? Basically, do you want them to be at a stack? So can they use this code with another code? So you can say, they can use it with all order discounts or all shipping discounts or all product discounts. So again, that's just something that you have to decide upon there. This is created now, and you can see that the codes are nearly all finished. So we'll just refresh that. So there you go, 500 codes all done. All right, so now we've made the code. Let's put it in an email. So I'm just going to do it for a campaign, but putting it in an email, in a flow email or a campaign email, it's exactly the same. So I wouldn't worry about the difference there. So we're going to do single channel, and then we'll just do code, video, make an email. We've got to select something, so we'll just do that. Go next. All right, I think in this case, we'll do email library. Let's just do a random one. Okay, and then use template. Alrighty, so here we are in the email builder. So imagine we wanted to put the code here. It's generally good to put it right above the call to action button. Now, obviously, this is a view blog, but it would be shop now or view the products or get yours now, whatever it may be. And I'd like to put it just above there because that is generally the best place for it. You could put it below, but it's got to be right next to the CTA. Really make it easy for people to look at it, go, okay, there it is. Now I click and that's it. You don't want to, put it somewhere else in email and someone has to find it because people will just bounce then. So make it real obvious. So we grab a text block, we put it in there, and then we double tick this. All right, just a bit tough sometimes. And then we go up here to personalization. I'm going to put that thing in, this other code, and then just replace it. So coupon, second order. So there you go. You've got the code, like to put the coupon code in. And basically you've just got to replace whatever's within these parentheses here. So it was summer 10, right? And then that's it. So if you want to be double sure, you should probably go back to your coupons, open another tab and then copy the name of the coupon, not the prefix, the name of the coupon exactly, and put it in there. But obviously summer 10 is really easy to write and I can remember it. So let's just double check to make sure that's working. So you go preview and test. Then you go down here and then you see how it says summer 10 preview. That means it's working. If you see anything else, you see that, the scripted language, whatever it is, then it's not worked. It needs to say preview. Then it's worked properly. So there you go. There's the code, but that looks utterly terrible. So how can we make this stand out? Well, first of all, I probably want to center it. So let's center it. Let's make it bigger. Maybe that's a bit too big. Whoops. 22. I think that's good. And then you could do just the text. So imagine, let's do red. Get that up there. Okay, so that stands out. Let's do bold. Nice and bold. There we go. So that will really, really stand out. I mean, you often want the coupon code to just really pop, and boom, there it is. It's easy to see. So let's just preview and test that. Again, it's going to look a little bit different because there's going to be like all the random letters and numbers after that. But boom, there it is. That looks good. No one's going to miss that. But again, you might not want to do it that way. You might want to actually just flip it and say, let's make this white. And then block background color. We'll turn that. Yeah, let's leave it black actually, because that could stand out well. And then I'm going to get rid of the padding. So boom, it goes all the way across like that. And then that's that. And then, but to be honest, I probably want to do, the inner area padding a bit more. So let's do 10. Just up and down, I think. Let's try 20. Yeah, that's bold. Okay, there you go. So yeah, in that case, it's really, really highlighting it. And then the code itself is all white. And again, people just can't miss it. And, you know, it just looks a lot better that way. It really does. Now, another thing you could do is literally just copy that and then put it as the name of the CTA. So you could say, use my code. And then boom. Now, the only issue with this is they can't copy and paste it. So it is one nice way to get people to look at it, and that's the code, but they can't exactly copy and paste it that way. So with a unique coupon code, it may not be a great move. You might want to put it in again anyway, you know, just as a text, so people can copy it more easily. But, you know, that's just another little thing that you could do. You know, as you can see, preview text, it's going to be in both of them now. So there you go, summer 10 preview, summer 10 preview. And, you know, that's it. It's just another little added step if you wanted to do that. And then again, I'll probably duplicate this and then scatter it around. So where else can we put it? Is that probably not within there because that is columns. Probably down here. Yeah, there's the code again. And then I'd probably want to duplicate the main CTA again, just so they have something to click on properly down there instead of individual products. So there you go. All right. So, you know, I'm not going to get into more styling, but you could do better. You could do different font. You could stretch this all the way. You could make it different colors. You know, you could even overlay on an image. You know, if you wanted to do that, it's a little bit more tricky, but if you get really good at designing within Klaviyo, you could do that. But, you know, that's enough for me in terms of, you know, the designing. Just make it stand out. So then lastly, I said, let's take a look at putting it in the sign up form. So just going to go back over here. All right, create a sign up form. Create form. I mean, this is super simple. Create, and let's just click a random one. Okay, choose a list, whatever. Create form. Okay, so it's all ready now on the success step, right? This is where you want to put the code. So go all the way to the success step. And then, oh, we got different, they've changed it. Okay. So you can edit mobile and desktop at the same time. All right. So now we just add a block. And in this case, it is coupon. So let's just whack that in there. And then in this case, they do give it the full one to you. I don't know why they don't do it in the builder yet. The actual email builder. So there it is, summer 10 preview. It's all there. It's working correctly. And it's on the success step. So at this step, I would probably just say, here's your coupon now. And then also check your email in case you can't use it now. So, you know, just really reducing that friction to helping someone make a purchase. You know, you don't want them to have to go to their email. But there's many, many times where I see in Facebook groups everywhere, people say, oh, I think, you know, doing a coupon on the welcome flow is bad. Sorry, on the sign up form. I think it's bad. We have less purchases. It's because they don't put the code on the success step, right? When you add in friction like that, people will purchase less readily. When you've given it to them so easily there to copy and paste and then continue shopping, then it's much more likely that they're going to make a purchase. One last thing. I mean, we might as well do it. How to add it into an SMS. Again, this is super simple, and they do set it up for you easily. So it says, I think I might have to get an SMS one here. Okay, turn that off. Right, next one. So there you go. So imagine here is your code. Yeah, whatever. And then it would do personalization again. I hope that they've got it. Now you see they don't do it. How weird. Okay, I don't know. Whatever, let's highlight that. Summer 10. Boom. There you go. So there you go. That's all it is. Super simple. There it is. Summer 10 preview. Just make sure you've got it in between these two parentheses here, or inverted commas, whatever they're called. And that's it. So there you go. That's how to use dynamic coupon codes in Klaviyo and Shopify. They're really, really good to use, because it makes people think it's a unique code. Well, it is a unique code for them. It encourages purchasers. And then also people can't go around sharing the codes like, hey, I got this great code and here, you use it. Or, those sites like Honey, they can't get it. And so if people go on a site trying to search for it, they can't get the unique ones in that way. So yeah, hope you like this. Keep your eyes peeled for more SOPs like this. And hope to see you around.